Good evening, y'all. I'm Suhana Singh, and today is day 2 of learning machine learning in the simplest way possible. So, today we're going to do the main types of machine learning. When we say machine learning, it isn't just one way of teaching computers. There are different styles, different types of machine learning. And today, we will learn about the 3 main types: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. We will also briefly touch on 2 other topics called semi-supervised and self-supervised learning. Let's start off with supervised learning. In simple words, supervised learning is like learning with a teacher's help. So the computer is given lots of examples where every example comes with the right answer. The computer studies these examples and learns how to find the correct answers on its own. Let me give you an example. Imagine a basket full of different fruits, apples, oranges, and bananas. Now each fruit is tagged with its name. The computer looks carefully at each fruit and its name to learn the features that make an apple apple and that make an orange orange. Later, when you show the computer a new fruit, it will try to guess the correct label by comparing what it has learned. So that's supervised learning. Let's see some real-life examples that use supervised learning. Spam filters. The computer looks at many emails labeled spam and not spam, and then it learns to spot unwanted emails automatically. Handwriting recognition. It studies many different images of handwritten numbers with their correct labels, and that's how they learn to recognize handwriting. House price prediction. The computer is provided with the details of houses like size, location, along with their prices. And this helps them how to learn to estimate the price of a new house. Now we'll see some of the popular algorithms used by supervised learning. So first of all, what is an algorithm? An algorithm, it is a set or steps of rules a computer follows to solve a problem. Some of the popular ones are linear regression. It helps predict numbers like the house prices. Decision trees. Decision trees works like a flowchart that asks questions to make decisions. And neural networks. Neural networks is basically designed like the human brain. They learn from complex patterns. They learn the complex patterns provided from data. Now we have unsupervised learning. So unsupervised learning is like learning without a teacher or without any labels, without any names. The computer gets a lot of information, but no answers. So it tries to find patterns or groups all by itself. Now, how does it work? Imagine a store. A store collects data on how much money different customers spend and how often they shop in their store. The computer takes all the data points, and plots them on a scatter point, just like you see in the picture. It then groups similar points together, like maybe all the high spenders who shop often are one color, and the low spenders who shop rarely are another color. This way, the computer has created clusters of customer types without any labels, just by seeing the pattern, just by seeing how they shop. So as you can see here, green are for frequent shoppers, blue for rare shoppers, and orange are the ones who shop only a few times a month. Let's see some real-life examples that use unsupervised learning. Customer groups. We just saw the example of this one. Stores use it to find groups of customers who buy similar items so that they can offer them better deals. Now, photo organization. Your phone groups similar pictures together automatically. You've seen this in Google Photos. Like they have made groups for just the sky or just the food or just the animals. In market basket analysis, stores learn which products are often bought together to plan better offers. The popular algorithms that they use are k-means clustering, that is, groups data points that are alike. Hierarchical clustering creates tree-like structure showing relationships between groups. And principal component analysis. They find what part of the data are most important. So that's it for unsupervised learning. Now we have reinforcement learning. So reinforcement learning is learning by trying new things and seeing what happens. Trying new things and seeing what the result is. So the computer, called an agent, takes actions and learns from rewards is equal to good results or penalties is equal to mistakes. How does it work? Think of training a dog. When the dog sits on command, you give it a treat. That's the reward. And if it jumps on the table or starts misbehaving, you say no. That's penalty. So over time, the dog by itself learns what he can do to get rewards. So that's reinforcement learning. The real-life examples include robots learning to walk or pick up objects by trial and error, your games, computers learning to play chess or video games and they're getting better, and they get better with practice, and self-driving cars, learning to drive safely by getting rewards for good driving and penalties for mistakes. Now let's see semi-supervised and self-supervised learning. As the name has, supervised, in semi-supervised learning, this is a mixture between supervised and unsupervised learning. Here, the computer is given a small amount of labeled data and a large amount of unlabeled data, as you can see in the pie chart below, and it learns from both to improve its understanding. That's semi-supervised learning. Self-supervised learning. Here, the computer creates its own learning tasks. For example, the computer might hide a part of a sentence and then go on and try guessing the missing word by looking at the rest of the sentence. That's self-supervised learning. So it's pretty simple to understand semi and self-supervised learnings. Let me give you an example. Speech recognition. Only some audio clips are labeled, but the computer uses both labeled and unlabeled clips to learn better. Image recognition. The computer learns from many unlabeled images by creating puzzles for them. Now let's conclude the topics here. Machine learning can be learned in different ways, much like people do. Sometimes it learns from examples, and sometimes by finding hidden patterns, and sometimes by trying actions and learning from rewards. So understanding these different types helps us know which method works best for different problems. So that's it for today, the main types of machine learning. Thank you.